Hi, and welcome to the Community Proud podcast. I'm your audio producer, Abraham Jacobs, and if you don't already know, our host, Dustin Allen, is off away at a business trip in LA, but he is still hosting this podcast. In this fifth edition of the Community Proud podcast, we, for the first time ever, get to sit down with two people at the same time. Their names are Aiden Ecker and Lauren Farrar. You can find Aiden's artwork on Instagram at Aiden_Ecker_art, and you can find Lauren's work at Brush of Wonders. And of course, if you would follow us on Facebook and or Instagram at Community Proud Podcast, it would help us out so much. Our only marketing is word of mouth and what we do on social media. So every time you like, share, or post about us, we will tag you. And it just helps us out so much more than you know. And of course, you could follow Dustin Allen, our host, at dallen99. And you could follow me, your audio producer, Abe Jacobs, at _Abe.Jacobs. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the podcast. We hope you enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are with Lauren. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. You're very smiley when you get in front of people,
Yeah,
huh?
I do.
That's good. That's good. That's a good
We're just like,
Lauren.
thing. So we have Lauren Farrar here. Say hello, Lauren.
Hello.
She has this awesome Instagram page called Brush of Wonders. You guys got to check out.
Thank you.
You want to show your shoes to the camera real quick,
Oh,
just
yeah.
so we know what you're working with. She's definitely a professional.
And then I did my watch band.
She did a watch band, and she's also helping us out with a few things for the podcast, which we will announce once we reach 150 followers on Instagram. That's very specific, but we'll let you know during then, so stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share, everything helps. And then we also have Mr. Aiden Ecker here. Right, Ecker?
yes,
Okay,
Ecker.
good.
Yeah, someone just came out of a door.
Oh, okay. Hello, is this Mini Aiden?
Yeah.
He looks like Mini Aiden.
Hey, go away. Yeah, please go away.
It's nice meeting you. I'm Dustin.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. That's all right. You can include this if you want. We're just messing around. It's all right. That's all right. Do I have to do the intro? Like, what do you want? Because you're like...
you're good.
I'm good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Mr. Aiden Ecker here. Say hello.
Hello.
Aiden. He does a lot of graphic design stuff. He has very good work. I did not... What's your Instagram? Just drop it real quick.
Aiden_Ecker_art.
Dope. Go follow it. He's got awesome work. He did our... What is it called? Cover art for this podcast, and it's so cool. I'm super proud of the way it turned out, and it's very colorful, very bright, vibrant colors, which I like. It's what we were going for. Thank you, Aiden, very much.
For sure.
Thank you very much for the connect with him.
Yep. Gotcha.
And for the things that we're going to be doing soon, I guess. It depends on them if they follow, but
all you guys.
So, and one last shout out, Abraham, as always, is behind the camera doing his thing. Thank you so much, Abraham, for always being always being by our side. Podcast would not exist without you, so thank you so much. Now we're gonna get right into things. So, guys, I usually take it to the very, very beginning, but that's like only like 20 years, less than 20 years for each of us. But I guess we'll start with that anyway. It's gonna be very quick, I think. But we go ahead, Lauren. I'll let you start. Like
how I started my business?
No, beginning like of your life.
Oh.
And then I do it with everyone. Sorry.
Well, I grew up in Lemoore.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here my whole life with my small little family, but I love them. They're so encouraging. They always help me like with my art and stuff. Especially my grandma. She was like my number one supporter. Like she was like, when I first made my pair of shoes for my little cousin and I showed them to my grandma, she was like, wow. She was like, you're going to make it so big. She was like, don't ever stop doing this.
Tight.
And I was like, oh, okay. And so like I haven't stopped. I went to Lemoore High School and now I go to West Hills.
Okay, cool.
That's about it.
All right, awesome. So you were born here in Lemoore?
Yeah.
Okay, or not in Lemoore. Lemoore doesn't have a hospital, but Hanford?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Mr. Aiden, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, was born in Tulare. I actually got adopted at 3.
Mm-hmm.
And changed my name and went off, with my current family. And growing up, we always watch, like Disney movies and all the stuff like that. I love Treasure Planet, dude. That's like the super nostalgic one. And like Toy Story, and all the big stuff like that. It's really inspiring to me. I can't talk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I also went to Lemoore High. I didn't really like take a bunch of art classes growing up or anything like that. It was always kind of like a back hobby, It was never like the main thing I would always do when I come home. I wish it would have been.
Yeah.
Because now I'm kind of regretting it. I wish I could have developed better fundamentals back then, but it's, making up for it now. And then I went to West Hills. I just graduated last semester, and now I'm going to be going to Fullerton for animation.
That's something, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So Lauren, are you going to school for anything specific right now, or?
I'm going to school for occupational therapy.
So for like myself, I'm not that smart. So could you explain that to me exactly what that is?
Occupational therapy is it's like tied in with physical therapy, but it's more like the activities of like daily living, like brushing your teeth and like
Oh, okay.
tying your shoes, like little stuff like that like you wouldn't think, but like if you like lose the ability to do that, like you have to like relearn all that.
Got it.
So I want to like help them do that.
That's very cool.
I'm a helper.
Yeah, there you go. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And Aiden, just like you were saying, I wish I would have started just something like this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's just about
years
doing
ago.
stuff,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
people are always so scared to just start doing things, and you just got to start it,
Yeah. I mean,
Take the step.
Yeah,
fail.
it's different with every person, because for me, the reason why I didn't like start anything like this until like literally a few weeks ago was because I like thought people cared too much about what I was doing, like as in they were gonna judge me or whatever. And maybe they are, but the thing is, like, I don't care anymore. I don't really think about that anymore.
Right.
I felt that.
You felt that?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
That's like that's like the whole social media thing for me. Like, I always like have something. I'm like, I want to post this, but like, you always have the thing in the back of your head, like, what if people don't like it or they judge you for it, and that kind of like holds you back. But then it's like, honestly, who cares? Just do it. No one really. Most people are nice. Yeah.
Which is awesome. It seems like or were you the same?
That was really big for me. Like I'm such like an introvert. Like I don't post like on my own Instagram. Like I'm just not like that until like starting like my business. Like to network, like you have to use social media now. Like that's like the biggest thing. And like you have to. It's just like social media, and so like posting everything was like big for me. And like my biggest shoes were the ones I was most insecure about. They were my Shawn Mendes shoes, the first pair I ever did, and I posted them on Twitter, and they like blew up. Like I got like over 1,000, which is like big for me because I was used to like 34, like 34 like likes, but it got like over 1,000. And then I posted it on Instagram, and it's like 80% of my fan base right now. And like other Shawn Mendes accounts were like posting it, and like one post got 12,000 followers, and I was like,
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So like it was like the risk. I was just like, oh, and then like like there was like mean people who were like commenting stuff. They're like, these shoes look dry, and I was like, do you want to come feel them? Because they're not. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing by now, but yeah, it was definitely kind of scary.
That's awesome. So what drew you to like doing, I guess, mostly Disney stuff and Shawn Mendes stuff, it seems like?
Yeah, my friend Kayla, she's like my sister to me, but she asked me, because I used to just like paint on canvas, like just like for fun, like I would just go home and like paint. And I did a silhouette of Cinderella, and my sister posted it on Facebook, and someone like offered me money for it. And I was like, take it. And she asked me to paint on these old school black suede Vans, and I was painting with the 99-cent Michael's paint. Yeah, they weren't that good, but she told her friend about it, and then I just started painting more. Like I did towards for Mickey, and then I tweeted those, and then they just, from there, it was just like I was getting orders, And then
awesome.
same thing, like it was just like them like networking, like showing people like what I did, and like I painted stuff for my best friend Zach, and those ones really like kickstarted it. That's when I was getting like orders like every week.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Just so the fans out there know, how much do you typically charge? Because there's some like people who've been doing it for like a long time. Like, I don't know if you heard of Serato, I think his name is. Like he's like just a big name in painting shoes. I used to follow him a lot back when I thought I was an artist.
Yeah.
I'm not that artsy like you. He charges a whole bunch of money, but he does like celebrity shoes or anything like that.
Okay.
But some people maybe out there be like, oh man, what if Lauren charges that much? But how much do you charge for a typical pair of
It
shoes?
just depends what it wants. Like the most I've ever charged for like labor on top of the shoes was 80. Like I don't charge that much. I just feel like it's because I'm like in such a small town. Like I don't feel like it's necessary for me to charge a lot.
Yeah.
But there's like girls on Instagram and like Etsy who charge like $500 for a pair of shoes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna buy that, especially from like here. So my rates are pretty low, and it's like I don't really do it for the money necessarily. It's just like
Fun.
it's a way to make money, but like I also have fun doing it. Like it's
Of
a
course.
stress reliever from school and like work and everything else. So it's not necessarily all about the money, but it's a nice to have.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Aiden, let's go to you now, man.
What's up?
So, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just laughing.
Okay. I guess kind of the same thing what I just talked about with Lauren. Let's just talk about, I guess, a little bit of social media marketing. How do you do?
I don't really like do a specific thing like how she does shoes and like Disney and like Shawn Mendes. But like, I don't know, if the opportunity comes up, I'll like for example, she hit me up about doing your podcast cover, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I could do that. And really, it's kind of like that. I mean, it's not really about the money. Like, we could go work and get money, but like, because we can't sustain ourselves off doing these little things right now. But it's really more about like having a reason to do work for me, like, because I'll just procrastinate all the time, and I'll never get anything done, and just having something in the back of my head like, oh shoot, I got to get this done. That's like the real reason why I do them. Like some stuff I've done a portrait of I think his name's Avicii.
Oh, you did that for Connor?
Yeah,
Avicii.
Okay, yeah.
I think. I don't know.
And that was like one of those things where they just hit you up out of the blue. I mean, I used to be good friends with Connor, but
Shout out
they just
Connor
hit-
Allen, by the way.
yeah, for sure.
Shout out.
Guy's the homie.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So I did that for him. I did your cover. I'm trying to think what else stuff I've like charged for. I had another person who asked for shoes. Oh, I did some shoes because she always encouraged me to do that.
Yeah, I did.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so I did some shoes for a buddy at work. I didn't charge for those, but that was a cool experience. It was
That's
just
cool.
like all white with like doodles and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
For sure.
That's really cool. So, what did you? I know you said you did a little bit of art classes, right?
Yeah, I mean, at West Hills at our community college, I was a studio art major, and really it kind of just was like stuff I already knew. It was just getting through it so I could go on to a 4-year school or potentially art school, which I wish I would have gone to, but I'm sure I'll do good over here. But like somewhere where I could, learn from people I don't really have like the experience, yeah, just like, and I also want to be in like, an environment surrounded by other people who have experience and who also motivate me. I don't know what the question was. I'm just kind of talking now.
No, it's all right. It's good because, like I said earlier, I wasn't too prepared to do 3 people. Like, it was obviously I knew I was doing 3 people, but I was like, how am I gonna do 3 people?
Yeah.
So the more you talk, it's like actually better for me. So if you have anything else to say, go for it.
For sure.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't even remember what the question was.
Well, I just asked if you like like your experience beforehand. Like, did you?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I always grew up kind of being like the art kid, and like from a really young age, I knew I wanted to do animation.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, a lot of those like Disney movies, like Treasure Planet, always comes to mind. That one's like, after that, I'm like, oh man, I want to be part of this, right?
Yeah.
That's like, it's so cool to me. Yeah, and like, I kind of got known as doing like being the art kid because like I'd always draw cool pictures when I was really young. But then like in middle school, I drew the yearbook cover for the school.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, and then in high school, I just did art classes and did stuff I liked.
That's cool.
But now what I'm doing is I'm like really trying to get down on the fundamentals and trying to like I'm supposed to be learning this when I first go to school next semester, but I'm trying to get a head start on it. So I'm like pretty much trying to go the self-taught way during this summer. And so I'm always watching like videos on how to do anatomy and stuff and practicing and like because that was the thing about West Hills is their programs weren't like really what you need to get into doing this stuff. Like they were supposed to be it, but like some of the teachers would just kind of like slack off and like, you guys could draw, whatever, and not teach you these fundamentals that I wish I would have practiced a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah.
That's cool. I mean, drawing the yearbook cover in 8th grade, like how did that come about? Were they like just looking for? Did they like do that with other people?
I think it was like every year they did it, but
okay.
Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Aiden draws," and then they're like, "Yeah," and I drew like a mock-up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Can you draw it again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And
Draw it again.
yeah, painting like oil on canvas and stuff. Like you could still apply those fundamentals to like doing Photoshop paintings and stuff like that, but yeah, it's just like it's kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, I can see how that could be frustrating as well. But
Yeah, that's all good. It all works out.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're going to transition a little bit. Well, what do you, Lauren, then I'll do Aiden, what are some things you want to, what kind of work do you want to do like in the future with your shoes? Like certain people or certain like, I don't know, like canvases, or what do you want to do?
I don't want to say like I want to steer away from Disney, but like, because I love everything Disney, like I'm a total nerd, but like I want to get more in like to like the artists. Like my friend Victoria, she wants like Beyonce shoes. I'm like, bring them over. Like I really want to do them, but I really want to do like, I also want to get like with portraits because like I have a jean jacket and I want to do Mac Miller, his Good AM album on the back.
So
I don't have
album.
portrait experience because I never took a class and like I just have to like make the time to do it, but ask Aiden to help me out because his portraits are like amazing. But I think that's about it.
That's cool.
I'm sure like I'll find other stuff like I want to do like as I go on. And I really want to paint on Air Force Ones.
If anybody out there has some all white Air Force Ones,
old or new,
What would you
doesn't
do
matter.
on them?
old or new,
Anything. Like I really want to do like drips and like just make them like really cool.
Oh, okay. Like they're like.
if you want
melting
some
with color
drippy
and
Air
everything.
Force Ones,
Drippy.
and even if they're beat up or they're brand new, bring them to Miss Lauren over here.
DM me.
She'll make them drippy, bro.
Drippy, dude.
She'll make
You
them
got the
drippy.
drip. The sauce drip.
She'll make
The
them
sauce
drippy.
drip, man, just like Aiden said.
I only painted on one pair of Air Force Ones and they were Lil Uzi and I was like in love with them. But he wore them to Rolling Loud.
That's cool.
That's cool.
They were like chipping at like the bottom from like everything and I was like, ugh. I was so upset. I was like, can you just bring them over so I can fix them? All bad.
That's good. You're good customer service.
Yeah.
There you go.
The local experience.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
I make sure like my local experience is like really good. Like I make sure like my packaging is good. I'm like, tell your friends.
She does way too much stuff for free.
I do a lot.
I think you do. I think your prices are. I'm gonna be honest. Your prices are a little low.
I know.
Like you have very, very good work and very, to me, high quality work from
Thank you.
like being a beginner, I guess you can say,
Yeah.
but you don't do beginner shit. You like,
She's a full like
Like-
actual website.
yeah, dude.
Oh.
Like,
You know,
like, I don't say this thing to like say this to be nice. Like, I don't say this to anyone. Like,
yeah.
like you should like,
Don't know prices.
I don't know, charge like just a little more. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to charge more because like now I'm not just like local anymore. Like I ship to like out of state, and like I have DMs from people from like Belgium and like Australia.
International.
And I'm actually messaging this girl right now about shipping to Australia. So
Oh my goodness.
maybe it'll work out. And it's for Shawn Mendes, of course. Like I said,
Getting
like
dripped
80%
down
of my
in-
I
fan
need
base.
to get in that
Australia?
market. I need to
Drip
do Shawn
down.
Mendes fan art and just
Yeah.
charge people for it.
That's some
Yeah.
drippy Australians. Cousin Lauren, man. Cousin Lauren.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So,
Thank you.
so all I'm trying to say is like you're a little nice with your prices. So you should consider.
I'll think about it,
Sleep.
but no promises. Just a little bit.
Don't do it when you do stuff for me, but do it when.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
You get
cool.
the discount.
You gotta add the discount code,
Yeah.
and then but only for him.
Only for him.
At Community Proud.
Yeah,
Oh, we got it.
The community friend
You're
is
like,
no
idea.
code.
Oh my god, idea. We'll talk more. Okay.
Yeah.
10% off.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Aiden,
Yes.
kind of art. What kind of things? People, things, places, cartoons.
Well, like for what I want to do, well, actually, I don't really know what I want to do yet. I want to do something in the animation industry, and that is like a big industry. You know, there's like a lot of stuff you could do. You could do, obviously, you could do animation, but that's actually like only a few people do that, and a lot of the time they actually just ship it out to overseas, and they have another company who will do it for them. So a lot of people they'll do stuff like concept art. That's a big one, and that's like a really sought after one. And that's basically where you draw the idea, so you like actually create the character, and then you'll send that to a modeler, who will go into their computer program, and they'll like create the character like the same way you would, you know, like a clay model or something, but they're doing it digitally. And then they'll send that to people who rig it and put like basically a skeleton inside of it, and then they send that to the animators, and then those are the people.
I'm so sorry. I just heard a sneeze upstairs and I lost it.
I think it was a dog.
It was a dog sneeze. That's what I was thinking. Did I picture a dog sneezing? Okay, I'm so sorry.
No,
Go
you're
for
good.
it.
Okay, so they do the people who put like the skeleton inside the model. They send that to animator, right? And then the animator, they like spend a lot of time like just figuring out these poses, and they go off of I forget what it's called. I'm blanking right now.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about the
No,
dog.
no, you're good. I can't think right now.
Lauren, you get a pass. You're just extra giggly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's the reason I'm forgetting. Definitely.
I'm sorry.
It's your fault.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Whatever. Well, there's people who like I can't believe I'm forgetting right now. I like actually think about it all the time. People who like map out every scene before you start doing all this stuff, right? Yeah, storyboard. Thank you. I'm actually blanking out.
Shout out to Abe.
It's like said I like a common word, but I'm like okay. And so the storyboard artists, right? And like people like all these things are like a concentration at like these schools, right? And so right now this next semester I'm just doing like my upper division general education stuff. And I'm hoping I could just figure out through like the exposure of other students what part of that process I want to be part of, you know? And all those require, you know, really good fundamentals. So right now, like what I'm primarily doing is just working on like learning the human body and what muscle goes where and how a head looks from this angle and how a head looks from that angle. And how like stuff works in space, you know? And so, yeah, really, to answer the question, I don't know. It could be any part of those things what I want to work on in the future. I kind of want to do all of it. Like even just now, I kind of learned a little bit of the modeling side, and dude, it's a big world. It's like those programs are huge. They take a long time to learn, for sure. That's why you go to school for it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Do you, it's like kind of sort of an off topic question, but do you ever like, I guess not that off topic, but do you ever get any of those annoying people that say something stupid about art school?
It's always kind of like a,
You
yeah,
get it
I
too?
always encourage her. I don't know why she's doing this other stuff. I really want her to
He sent
go
me a
off
paragraph and he like yelled at me. He was like, I don't know why you're like going to school for, I was a nursing major at the time. He was like, I don't know why you're a nursing major. He was like, this is what you spend your free time doing. Why don't you major in it? And I was like, stop yelling.
Okay. I mean,
What was the question? Wait, I had an
Aiden,
answer.
I'll answer it real quick and then I'll go back.
Okay,
to
go
you.
ahead.
You go to school whatever you want, but
You're like given an opportunity, you know?
I mean, all I'm saying is you're very good at what you do. Like,
Thanks. I don't know.
you could be Serato. You don't know who Serato is,
No,
but
I'll
you
look
could
him
be
up.
Serato.
Send me his app.
I will.
Tell me, is that?
It's
me
just
that.
Serato. So,
Serato?
it's just Serato.
Right.
It's spelled weird, but I'll send you it.
Yeah, send me it.
What was the question?
Anyways, back on topic. What was the question again?
I just had it. It was like, oh, so
Oh, the
like when
art-
people say stupid.
Yeah,
things.
art
Do
school.
you ever get
Okay.
those stupid people? Oh, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, they're just trying
It's-
to pursue.
It's definitely better than, like what people, like the stereotype is, it's like, oh, you're not going to make any money going to art school. But it's definitely like an underlying thing. Like my parents, for example, they want me to either go to a UC or a CSU instead of a trade school, where I most likely would be would be more well prepared for the industry I want to go into, right? But I'll be missing that BA, But even some of them offer the BA. It's just like, I don't know. Like there's this stereotype. It's like, like you can't
Yeah.
really do it. The other thing with that is like it's actually kind of true, because it really is a grind. When you go out, a lot of the time what you're doing is freelance, and so it's really based off the connections you make. Like that's a big part of the jobs you'll get. It's like, yeah, and that's a big reason why I need to go to this school, because if I don't make those connections, I'm kind of like screwed, right? Yeah, I don't. But if I don't make these connections, I'm screwed, and that's a big reason why I want to go to a place like Fullerton, where it's with like-minded people, and also the school they have, dude.
It's
went
alright,
out.
keep going. We'll point out, I don't know if they can hear it on the microphones, but I'll point out the elephant in the room once it's over. So just keep going. We'll try to keep our composure.
The other thing about Fullerton's art program is they have connections with Nickelodeon, and so that's kind of like they offer like a lot of internships and stuff there, and that's kind of like you're in, like once you get into these programs or like internships, then you kind of like make friends, and then they're like, oh yeah, dude, let me recommend you for this other job, and then you go and make friends there and kind of build a community with other people who are just always supplying each other with jobs.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. It's like really bad job security if you don't go and make friends.
There you go. I mean, so kind of like we're doing here at the Community Proud Podcast. You gotta create that community, and just like those supportive people, they're just doing the same thing, right? And doing, that want to advance the way you want to advance. I feel like it just goes for almost anything you want to do. I mean, if you're a handyman, a local handyman or something, team up with another local handyman, or get to know another local handyman. Like,
monopolize it.
Yeah,
dude. Be the best handyman in Lemoore.
Exactly, man. Or whatever you do. So, bouncing off of what you just said, we're gonna. How are we on time? Are we filling up good time? Thank you so much. Okay.
Hey, you're doing God's work, dude. Great job.
Shout out to Abe.
Thank you for taking the sacrifice.
There you go. Hit up Abe, everyone.
But Abe, I'm only single.
Abe's single. Abe's
15,
single.
so
He's
no
15, so
gays.
no girls over 18, please.
No honeys.
No honeys. So, anyway, by the way, we're about to wrap this thing up right now. But by the way, the reason why Lauren and I are so giggly because there's a few animals upstairs that are going kind of crazy because we had to lock them up. Lauren's a very giggly person. But when I see laughter,
I'm still thinking about when it sneezed.
That's what she just did.
yeah. And when I see giggles, I giggle. So
the dog barking is like the biggest like crybaby dude.
yeah,
He sucks. Yeah, he sucks, man. Really, like I wake up, I go to bed really late, and he just barks every time the garage door opens. So my parents leave early, and I like wake up just after like 5 hours of sleep. And I'm like, oh my god, I hate it every day.
Leave me alone. You're so mean.
He sucks.
Lauren.
That's so mean.
The other dog is so good though. The other dog is the best dog in the world.
Invest in some earplugs. And just look at the pillow.
I have
And just let
earplugs.
him do
I
his
just
thing.
need to put them on.
You just gotta put them on.
Honestly, they don't help either. Like he barks so loud. Look at him.
Shit.
He's just panting. It's like, oh my god, I need attention, please.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. Just one question or a few questions. Once again, bouncing off the things that you kind of just said. I'll start with Lauren once again. There's a young artist out there somewhere, Lauren, that want to paint shoes just like you, and is gonna go to school for it, probably not like you, but I feel like Mr. Aiden over here is gonna have influence on you because he keeps putting in your ear that
He'll just yell at me.
that you should pursue it, and I sort of agree with him because
Yikes. I feel attacked.
all I gotta say, like, all I want to say, like, do what you want, right?
Yeah.
But you're really good, and
Thanks.
do what, like, as cliche and cheesy as it sounds, what your heart and happiness desires. That's like, do you feel? You don't gotta answer a rhetorical question, but you gotta ask yourself, right? Be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Do you feel more happy doing one or the other? And that's what you gotta ask yourself.
Yeah, it's like deja vu. What you told me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
It's just like, oh my god.
I hate doing high fives.
Let's do that again.
Okay, there we go. Heck yeah.
I just
All right.
like doing both. Like
Just
I've
like
always been
I
interested
like
in the
looked
medical
at it
field.
and went
You
straight at-
looked
I
at
don't
it.
know if it was. I can't
Super.
think back to the moment. Was it intentional?
We
Yeah. Replay it and then think of, look at my face, break it down. What emotion
Slow-mo.
was I feeling there? Do I look like an idiot?
Analyze it. Everything.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Frame by frame, play by play.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
just like the NFL, except probably better than the NFL. Anyways, so Miss Lauren.
Yeah.
Once again, there's that young artist out there, Mini Lauren, we can call her, or him. Mini Lorenzo, maybe.
No.
Lorenzo.
That
I'm
was
sorry,
good.
I didn't mean to.
No, that was
There you
good.
go.
That was good.
I didn't mean to
think
break the
I
flow,
was-
dude.
I was pretty creative right there. But Lorenzo or Mini Lauren is wanting to be an artist. So what do you suggest to them just to get started, to grow, and just to make this thing successful, I guess?
Well, I'm still growing. I'm not gonna say that I'm like big
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
not. But like, I don't know. I would just say like take like the risk because like I was so nervous to post those Shawn Mendes shoes, but like I got so many followers from it. Like I literally posted it at like 10 at night, and then like I woke up the next morning and I had 400 DMs. And I like gave my phone to my friend Skylar, and I was like, please answer these. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I would just say like, just take the risk, like go for it.
That's so cool, man. Oh, that's so cool. I love stories like that.
Yeah, that's about it. It's like all I could think of. It's like if you want to do something, like just do it. Like just post it, because like all of my friends were like, because I started out like mainly posting on Twitter. They were just like, make an Instagram, like do it. Like you're so stupid. Like why aren't you making an Instagram? And I was like, just give me time. Like just like, geez, like calm down, because like
You gotta capitalize off your momentum, dude.
Capitalize.
like I just didn't know like if I want to like full send like go for it, because like I was just doing it for fun, but then I was like, wow, like I can actually like make some money like along with it. So I was like, why not? So then I did and just do it. Like if I wanted to do it, so I was like, okay,
Yeah,
let's go for it.
of
And I
course.
did.
The side gig.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man. I
a little
love
side
stories,
gig.
man. I love stories like that, man. So, Mr. Ecker, same question to you. There's a little Aiden out there, boy or girl. I've seen Aiden girls before. So.
No, you gotta do it by the spelling. There's like A-I-D-E-N. There's a little A-I-D-E-N. There's a little A-Y-D-E-N.
Oh, okay. So either way, there's a little boy or girl Aiden out there. So, what do you suggest then? What do they got to do?
For sure, just work on those fundamentals. If you're like if you're wanting to do like concept art and get into like those movies and video games and stuff, you need to be able to draw well. Mm-hmm. That's like the biggest thing. And also just the social thing. It's really like what Lauren said, you got to go for stuff, like take risks. Like anyone who's like introvert like us, you know, it's like it's a little difficult to go out and like, hi, my name is Aiden, you know. Mm-hmm.
Of course,
but you got to do it, and that's how you'll make it out there.
And I'll just add to that once again, just creating that community around you, right?
Right.
Creating that, you know, because there's always, no matter what you do, I don't care if you're the handyman, I don't care if you're the art person, I don't care if you're a podcaster, I don't care if you're a banker, always going to be somebody. Because it's going to be like, why are you doing that for? What is it?
That's the other thing too, is like, there's so many like things out there now, like on the internet, that where you could just connect with it. Even if like, for example, the most extreme case where it's like you live in a town with like 1,000 people, mm-hmm. right? And there's no one who's interested in the stuff you're interested in. There's online where you could go on like for example, Discord for artists. Mm-hmm. Like there's a bunch of Discords where you could just share your art and, you know, like get feedback. Mm-hmm. And meet connections. There's a bunch of people where I hear stories about like, oh yeah, we just talked online for a while, and then they recommend me to their boss, and I'm like, oh, I'm got my first gig, and then they get kickstart from there.
That's awesome. All right, so Lauren, you said you wanted to add to something that Aiden just said about there's a little Lauren or Lorenzo out there wanting to pursue.
I feel like you should definitely like reach out to people, and like if you want help, like ask them, because I like had questions about like licensing with Disney. It's like a big thing, and I messaged someone who had, I want to say it's like 6,000 followers. She's like amazing at what she does, but like she was like some people are like really open about it. Like they'll actually like go and like they'll help you, and I'm just like so grateful. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, I can't thank you enough. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I would definitely say like reach out to people, and like even with networking, like my sister, she's having like a little party, I guess, like a brunch thing, because she sells Scentsy, and like she's having like other like little small businesses there, and so like I'm gonna be featured there, and I'm just like, oh, like I'm kind of like nervous about it, but like I'm gonna go, and then like obviously like business cards, and I'm gonna have like shoes that are like already done, so like they can see like all my work. But yeah,
that's smart. And I want to also like reinforce that, like I've gone to like an animation convention, and it's like such a big thing, like you to network there. Like I've talked to like people who, you know, worked on these Disney movies that we all love, right?
Yeah.
And it's super easy to just like have a conversation about them. You know, you just talk about the thing you guys both are interested in, and at the end you're like, hey, you mind if I get your info or something, or email?
Yeah.
And that's like another way. It's like Lauren said, she reached out to like a big Instagrammer, right? You could always reach out to them, and like for me, for art stuff, like, hey, can you give me feedback on this, right? And what can I improve? And then you kind of build that relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like good resources.
You too. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Do you want to plug your social media? I did in the beginning, but do you want to plug it again?
At Brush of Wonders, all lowercase.
Okay. And what's your personal? Because I don't want to your personal.
It's Lauren Farrar with an extra R at the end.
Okay.
I'll send it.
Awesome. What about you?
Aiden_Ecker_art.
Dope.
It's kind of long. I need to figure out like a name, like a single.
Keep it OG.
4-letter name.
Brush of Wonders is dope.
It was from Aladdin, because like the Cave of Wonders.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite movie.
I haven't seen the whole movie.
You haven't seen Aladdin?
Anyways, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Watch party? Watch party. I think we should do it.
Right now? No.
I mean, live stream it. So anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Once again, thank you so much for having us over. Shout out to the Eckers for having all myself, Lauren, Abraham over, having all my equipment in their what is the living room or den? Is that the
I
living
don't
room? Or is the
know.
living room?
It's your
I
house.
think this is family room, and that's like, no, this is living room. That's family room. That's like the official term.
Okay, well, our shit's everywhere. That's
Yeah,
the point.
yeah.
And we appreciate that you're letting us do that.
For sure.
And that's the end of our podcast. We really hope you enjoyed the conversation we had with these two amazing artists. Once again, if you want to follow them on Instagram, you can find Aiden's work at Aiden_Ecker_art and Lauren's wonderful shoes and watches and even more at Brush of Wonders. And if you would follow us on Facebook and or Instagram at Community Proud Podcast, it would help us so much. If you like, tag, or post about us, we will post you on our story. This is Abraham Jacobs signing off, and we hope you have a wonderful day.